Hey guys, welcome. So in this bonus video, what we're gonna do is something really cool, which is derive the quadratic formula. And all we need is method 4. Remember, in method 4, we learned about the method of completing the square. And so if we just start with the general standard quadratic here on the left side and complete the square on it, and then solve for x, we will naturally derive the quadratic formula. Isn't that cool? I thought so. And I first learned this like in Algebra 2, and it was like the coolest thing that happened that month. Anyway, let's get started. So, since we have to assume that this is not necessarily 1, the first thing we're going to do is move this to the right side, right? Okay, so ax squared plus bx equals negative c. Got it. And then next, we're going to factor the a from these two terms. Notice that the b doesn't have an a, but we'll rewrite it. So we go a and then the x squared. And then so because the b doesn't have a factor of a necessarily, and we don't know that, we could just write b over ax. That way we've kept things exactly as they were before. How so? Well, look. So I go, this times this is ax squared. And then this times this is a times b over ax, and that's just bx, right? Okay, so this here is exactly that. Cool. All right, mere rewriting. All right, but we know that we need to complete the square here, right? And how do we do that? As we've always done, which is take half of that and then square it and add it right there, right? Okay, now b over a, half of that is just b over a times 1/2, and that's just b over 2a, right? Okay, so we go plus b over 2a, but this is just half of the middle term, the middle coefficient rather. So we need to square it. Take half of this, circle too much, half of that, and then square it and add it right there to make a perfect square, right? Okay, cool, cool, cool. But wait, now we changed this left side. It's no longer, this is no longer the same as this, right? And how did we change it? We added this times that. Remember, this a in front of the parenthesis multiplies all three of these guys. So we didn't just add this, we added this times that. Yeah? Cool. So we just add a times b over 2a all squared. Got it. Got it. Now, on the left side, we have a times x accompanied by half of that, right? And that's plus b over 2a all squared. This here, we know, is identical to that, right? If you want, you could FOIL over here and check that it's the same as this. Okay, cool. Anyway, it is. Now, on the right side, we have some simplifying to do, which is we have negative c, and then we have plus a times, and then it's b squared. It's b squared over 4a squared, right? I just like used exponent rules right there. Otherwise, this a is that a. Cool, cool, cool. Now we see like one little thing we could do, like this a here, since it's a over 1, can cancel one of the two a's that are multiplied here and just write a 4a at the bottom, right? Okay, I'll do that in this step. And we need some space. All right. So, I'll take an extra step to rewrite the left side as is, but some simplifying on the right side, right? X plus b over 2a all squared equals, and then it's negative c, and then over here, what is all that junk? Right now, it reads plus b squared over 4a. That's what we've got, right? Well, we need to combine this and this, so we need to write a common denominator. So to do that would mean that we do the following, which is, let me like make some room, like slide this a little to the left, no, and then we like go like 4a divided by 4a right there, right? Okay, cool. And then now we've got this. Well, don't need this anymore. I don't need you anymore. Okay, just random thoughts and random songs. It's so random, I'm sorry. Okay, so we've got like a times, and then it's x plus b over 2a whole squared equals, and then now notice we've got a common denominator there, so the numerator is going to be, if I like write it in reverse order, b squared minus 4ac, right? That's minus 4ac right there, and that's b squared, and clearly the denominator is 4a. Got it. Divided by 4a. Got it. And then now I'm going to take this equation, multiply on both sides by 1 over a. And when I do, because remember, once we complete the square, what we want to do is solve for x. So eventually we want to get to just x there on the left side, right? So I multiply by 1 over a on the left. I have to do the same on the right, 1 over a. Got it. Okay. So let me slide this up a little bit. Okay. Now that multiplying by 1 over a, what that did is boom, boom, right? And then this a and this a here make an a squared right here. So what I'm going to do is there and then cross this out. Okay, so on the left side, we just have x plus b over 2a all squared. And then on the right side, we have b squared minus 4ac minus 4ac, all of this divided by 4a squared, right? Okay. All of this divided by 4a squared. Okay, cool, got it. This goes. And it's pretty obvious what I have to do next. I have to take the square root of both sides of this, right? Okay, cool. On the left side, once we take the square root of what we have here, we're just going to get x plus b over 2a. So x plus b over 2a. And then on the right side, we're going to get plus or minus the square root of that, right? So plus or minus, and then square root of, it's going to be square root of, and it's b squared minus 4ac, and then divided by 4a squared, right? Okay. And this is going to say plus or minus square root of no, sorry, I want to break it into two square roots in the numerator and denominator, so I want to write actually square root of the numerator, and this is by the property of square roots, right? Sorry, square root of a over b is equal to square root of a over square root of b for any quotient a divided by b, a and b real numbers. Okay, cool. So we could do square root of, and then it's b squared minus 4ac, and then all of that divided by square root of, and the denominator, it's a square root of, I'll just write with that, 4a squared. But wait, what's the square root of 4a squared in the denominator? We're lucky. Isn't that 2a? How nice. And convenient, because we have a 2a denominator there, because in our last step, it's pretty obvious what we're going to do. We're going to take this equation. I don't need the middleman, right? We're going to take this equation right here, right? And then we're going to subtract b over 2a from both sides. And clearly we are on the home stretch, because when we do that, what are we going to get? Let's see. So again, once we subtract b over 2a from both sides of that, we will get x equals negative b plus or minus, and it's negative b over 2a. But yeah, negative b over 2a plus or minus square root of, and then b squared minus 4ac, and then this is divided by 2a right here. But wait, we have a common denominator right here and right there. So what could I do? I could just get rid of them and just write one denominator. And that's 2a. I want to use a ruler. Let's get rid of both of them. And then write all of that numerator divided by the common denominator of 2a. And this here is the quadratic formula. Yeah? Alright, cool. I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, take care.